Yeah. It's church. Hey, hey, hey. Feel like a king, feel like a god.
Shush! Shush, please. Hi, folks. Martin Lackey, Lions Realty and Investments, First Weber. So I come to you today with another installment of the Easy Bake Oven Way. So about 60,000 home purchase agreements were canceled in June 2020, or about 14.9% of all homes that went under contract throughout the month, according to a new report from Redfin. The article later goes on to say, such figures with canceled contracts have not been seen since the early pandemic days of March and April of 2020, when the numbers of contracts fell through, hit about 17.6% and about 16.4% respectively. By contrast, 12.7% of contracts fell through in May of 2020 and 11.2% fell through in June of 2021. Redfin's analysis includes MLS data dating back to early 2017. The brokerage also pointed out in this report that homes that fell out of contract one month may have entered a contract in a different month, i.e. every properties whose contract was canceled in June may initially have gone under contract in May. For those that don't know, the slowdown in the housing market is competition is giving home buyers room to negotiate, which is one reason why more of them are backing out of deals. Redfin's deputy chief economist Taylor Marr said in a statement, buyers are increasingly keeping rather than waiving inspection and appraisal contingencies. That gives them the flexibility to call the deal off if issues arise during the home buying process. Rising monthly mortgage rates are also forcing some buyers to cancel home purchases. If rates were at 5% when you made an offer, but reached 5.8% by the time the deal was set to close, you may no longer be able to afford that home, or you may no longer qualify for a loan. And agents have reported a real estate slowdown as Federal Reserves have increased interest rates in response to inflation in recent weeks. The slower market has given buyers a bit more leverage when it comes to negotiating with sellers, but it also hampers affordability. Still, rates saw their largest one-week drop since 2008. 2008, folks. Last week, when the average 30-year fixed-rate mortgage dropped to about 5.3%. Rick Palacio, director of research at John Burns Real Estate Consulting, noted on Twitter that home buyer sentiment is responding to the slowdown, as well as construction costs are finally coming down. But builder layoffs are also occurring. A monthly survey released by Zonda last week found that more than half of builders across the U.S. saw an increase in buyer cancellations in June. June home builder sentiment surveys top themes are in. 1, a lot more new home buyers canceling. 2, price cuts becoming fairly common. And 3, drops in demand finally cooling construction cost pressures. Builder layoffs are also happening, and market commentary to follow. So I just wanted to bring you guys that real quick, and so you guys can see that this is serious. This stuff is getting serious. So now is a perfect time to buy a home. Now is the best time to buy, whether you think it's tonight or not. We need to get to this bag, and we need to show us that we can take our turn. So thank you for joining me today, folks, and join me next week for another episode of Take Our Turn, the Easy Bake Oven Way. God bless.